Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back. Finally, we're back to like a semi-normal recording schedule, I guess. Last night was a wedding, and earlier today was recovering, which I only had 2 beers, so there wasn't actually any recovering. I picked up drunk or hungover Sassy and her husband from the casino, and then I finished getting the house ready, and then I did the house tour video, and now we're here. So we're going to cover a lot of things that I haven't been able to get to that's pertinent information. I've got the showcases done for Milim and Trainee. They'll go up over the next couple of days. I'm going to start working on the beatdown battle videos tomorrow-ish. But today, I want to talk about something that's very important because it affects everybody, and everyone can benefit from this. So, with the new summer meta, we got a few different things added to the Flashback Crystal Bazaar. So we got this pre-order, and we got these 3 items right here, of which there are 3 tokens for each purchase. So they're here for almost 400 days, over a year, so it's not like they're gonna go away anytime soon. But this is a special limited edition Blu-ray disc item. So we know that the movie for Scarlet Bond came out on Blu-ray and DVD, and to celebrate that, they're doing the whole, event quest and the banner that I already did a video on and didn't get crap from, but I saw a lot of people. I saw one person in my Discord pull the whole meta, the entire meta in one multi, and I was like, okay, I knew some people were going to get lucky, but not that lucky. So there's this banner going on in the event quest. But alongside that, we do have these items for purchase, which if you go into the regular and the serial code bonus bazaar, you can see that we have many, many new things that are here for over almost 400 days. And we have 3 different sets of specific gear for Violet, the Purple Progenitor. And this is specific to her, just like the Hero's Sword and EX Rimuru, Warrior's Mind, what gear. It's only for her, but there's 3 of them. And people are like, why is there 3? You can only use 1, and they're very specific, so you can't really use it on anybody else at maximum value. Well, that's because in Japan, if you buy a certain level tier of the Blu-ray DVD, you get the items for free as a bonus. So if you pre-ordered it, you get a 4-star ticket, and you get it for a code. And if you buy the normal DVD, you get the gear and a 5-star ticket. If you buy the Blu-ray, you get the gear and a 5-star ticket. And if you get the limited special edition Blu-ray, you get the gear and a Selector battle ticket. And obviously that is only for JP. So in order to, make it quote-unquote fair for global, they added all 3 of these level items into the Flashback shop. So we have like the limited edition, we have the Blu-ray, we have the DVD. So if someone in Japan were to like buy the Blu-ray, normal Blu-ray, they'd have a code for just these 3 things right here, and these things would not be accessible to them. But for global, we can just buy it all using Flashback coins. So you see that you have 3 little tokens right here, and then if we go into the Flashback shop, you can see that they come in packs of 3. They do cost a butt ton of Flashback crystals. 750k, 500, 240 for the 4-star ticket if you really, really, really want it. So that is what, 2.25 million, almost 2.5 million Flashback crystals right there. That's going to take a long time to grind. But your first question, how do you acquire Flashback crystals? Well, it's very, very simple, because you can see in this Demon Lord Summer Vacation or the Seaside School, the farmable currency allows you to buy Flashback crystals. Either one of them give it to you. So when you're doing your 20 parallel process for each one, you can, put it towards Flashback crystals if you want. Now, I don't really recommend that, because it's going to take a lot Flashback crystals to get there. And it's more important to prioritize the immediate things out of the shop that can help you, like tickets and blueprints and skill enhancements and shards and all that stuff. And then when you're done clearing out the shop of everything that you need, then you can put it into Flashback crystals on both ends. So like here, Like, I'll buy the potions, I'll buy the rocks, I don't really care about anything else, and I'll start just funneling it all towards flashback crystals at that point. But you buy those, and then you come in here, and you buy the token. I suggest everyone save up and buy this 750k one, because that is the Selector Ticket, and not just a random 5-star ticket. So it's going to take a hot minute. So don't prioritize it, just make it like, oh, I have nothing else to do, might as well buy some flashback crystals. This is here for 400 days, okay? It ain't going anywhere. But you buy this token, you get 3 of them, and then you take them into the Serial Code Bazaar. And then because you have 3, you can buy each individual piece. And you get the free gear for Violet, whether or not you have her. If you don't have her, then cool, it's awakened gear you can put on someone else. If you do have her, and you already have gear made, alright, well, cool. You don't really have to awaken it and use extra resources. Or you can just give the gear to somebody else. But the Selector Ticket is important. Exchange for a battle character. And these characters are listed here on all the units that have 397 days left, because there was another ticket all the way down here that's leaving in 184 days. So don't be concerned, don't be confused. It is for the ones that have 397 days left as of recording this video. So, who do you pick out of this pretty large pool of units? Because this goes all the way up to Earth 2.0, which is the meta right before the 1-year anniversary. So the dark units, Dark Milim, Dark Reamer, and all that. So from everyone from OG release units like Water Rimuru and OG Fire Benimaru, all the way to bitch-ass Clayman and Adelman, you have a pick of your litter. Of which case, don't pick bitch-ass Clayman and Adelman, because they're absolutely goddamn useless. Do not waste this currency, which took you forever to grind to get flashback crystals to buy this. Don't waste it on them unless you literally can't use anybody else. Alright? That's the only time you should buy them. But priorities. Obviously the Masked Hero, if you don't have her. And it's going to take a hot minute, again, to grind all this, so maybe she's outdated by the time you actually get 750 goddamn thousand flashback crystals, but she's still a very, very important pickup for every single player. And this is now like the 4th time she's been given out for free. So it's not like they're hoarding her, alright? You could have gotten like 2 different copies of her, and then some, with the 1.5 anniversary coins if you were playing during that time. You can get her for free for the next almost year and change. So, very important pickup, the Hero 1.0. After that, it really depends on your box. Wind Trainee has seen a humongous increase in value with EX metas because she's got the special blue orb conversion, which half of the EX metas are blue, right? And she's got the second skill, which gives you 35% alt gauge to your highest attacking unit, which is your nuker, most of the time. So, very important, helps you get EX ults faster, right? It's like what EX Aqua does, except it's 5% less. So, very useful. Water Shuna has kind of been replaced now, with Guy and Megamine being alt buffers and blue converters. She is still a cheaper option, which is why I'm going to not skill fuse her, because I want her orb change to 25 and not 30. Otherwise, I'll just bring Guy and Megamine. But still a very good option for most blue teams if you don't have Guy or Megamine, if you got unlucky or you just started playing. After that, it's really up to you. Like, Space Milim, still a fantastic single target unit because of Drago and its effect. Bride Xion has been placed on a lot of EX teams, and she got her skill fusion, which you won't be able to do if this is your first copy, but she is on a lot of EX teams, and she is a fairly solid option for being over a year old. Like, she's still really good. She's obviously been powercraft, but it doesn't make her trash, right? There are much more trash units in here, like these two. Mirren can be an okay pickup if you need a healer for like Tower or something. Leon and Rain are really only useful in Valor Cup. Velzard, really wouldn't focus on her. There's better blue orb changers, or green to blue orb changers that are free, like Isis. Hinata is a decent DPS pickup. Xion is specific to water teams really only, which there have been quite a few water EX units released, so it's not like she's devalued at all. It's just that, do you need another support unit? Maybe, maybe not. Don't get Dino. Diablo Wind, I personally am not a big fan of him, but that's just me. I know some people are kind of big on him. Some people just like Diablo. I'm kind of impartial to him, and this character's kit I just don't like. He's an old, self-sufficient, well, self-buffing nuker. He does a lot for himself, but nothing else for the team, and I've generally never had a good experience using him. Light Dagger is good. He's one of the few units that can steal orbs, and he lowers light resistance, so pretty useful. I use the light team for my highest runs in tower for farming coins, and he definitely comes in quite handy. So does Rimuru. He's got the turn 1, 2, and 3 protection gauge. He buffs green alt gauge increase, and he's got the pierce resist skill. Very cheap, low-cost unit, but can certainly be useful. Don't get this Diablo. Unless you need him for counter-attacking missions for random defense battles. That's the only reason you would get him. Carrion is a solid pickup option, but after, once we get down... Actually, no, all of them are in the general pool, aren't they? Yeah, they're all in the general pool. So, you have the potential of pulling any of these units, just from regular summons, but if there's one specifically you need, then jump on it. But as we go, past like Space Millum, all these other units become very, very old, very, very outdated. The big three, Earth Millum, Gazel, and then Dark Millum up here, they are your I have so much protection gauge on turn 1 characters. That's the big three. People always ask why I call it the big three and what makes them so special, because they give you protection gauge turn 1, and that's how I start with half a protection gauge every single fight. Getting a dupe of them to get like the last one, a 92, to get the full trait is actually pretty impactful, and will open up a lot of your strategies that you couldn't do earlier. Getting the first copy, not really that important because they don't have their trait, so if you don't have them at all, I wouldn't prioritize it. I would get somebody else. But if you're like one dupe away from having them all with full traits, then I would just go ahead and do that. Other than that, like, really you shouldn't be looking any older than Space Millum. Space Millum and up until, I think, Mirren is who you should be considering. Because they're newer units, they're more powerful, they're more useful in many different scenarios. A lot of the old units, they're just not... They're very, very niche. So I wouldn't prioritize them with a currency you had to grind for days, weeks, months, maybe even, I don't know. But definitely Hero, and then Trainee, and then Shuna, and then after that it's, whatever you personally need for your box. I can't describe every single unit for you, but alongside that, and the explanation of how to get it, so hopefully you understood that. If not, then ask in the comments or ask in the Discord and someone can answer you. We also have a small temporary update to the Isis coin shop. They added a few extra items for the next 2 months, so a lot of time to grind that. 10 extra autograph emblems, good. Protector and battle moat, good. 5 protector and 5 battle shards, very good. Because you can start getting units to over 100, or you can dupe up units to 100, and then a guaranteed 5-star ticket, which is probably the least useful one, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But hey, it's extra stuff you can use your Isis coins on. Normally I just buy the one emblem, and then sometimes the flames if I need them, but then I never touch it again. Sometimes potions. But these are good items that you should prioritize buying, because 1, they're limited, and 2, they're actually really good, right? So those are the 2 most important things that were added to the shop. Again, as a reminder and as an overview, to get flashback crystals, you must grind the daily meta events. You must then exchange it for crystals, which you then take into the flashback bazaar, which you then spend, and then you take this token and you go into the serial code bazaar and you choose your rewards. That is the process. So that's it for me, guys. Hopefully this is not terribly confusing, but make your pick. Like, pick a target, focus on them, grind it up as you go. Don't force your way through it, because there are more important things to do with your stamina than grinding flashback crystals right now. But eventually you will get to a good point where you can buy one of these. So let me know who you're picking in the comments below, but that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys later.